Where can I put it that it won't be, if I put it under the chair?
Oh, I like our colors today.
Yeah, the blue and blue.
Yeah,
See, what cool blue.
So, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. Back in the country.
Oh yes, let's do a little life catch up before we get back into today's topic, which is going to be about hospitality and hosting, and something that's we're still on the learning journey with it.
Yes, very much. I have a lot to learn.
Yeah, but we have a lot of today's topic is going to be super practical, lots of really good tips. You might even want to get out a notepad and write them down, because I hope when you leave from this, you feel really inspired. We have a lot of hands-on tips that you can implement next weekend if you want to.
Yeah.
You're back in the country again. Where were you?
We went to Cancun, Mexico. The reason we went is because my husband needed some dental work done, and we got a quote for $7,000 around here, and we're like, there has to be another way. So we started Googling and just picked a random dentist in Cancun that looked nice, asked for a quote, and they said, yeah, $3,000. We're like, well, that sounds better. So we found a hotel and booked flights and went. Like 2 weeks notice, we had stuff booked, and we went down, and he got his dental work done. We had some downtime. We went on a little catamaran cruise. When he was at his dentist appointment, there was a huge mall, like the hugest mall I've ever seen, that was like 12-minute walk away. So I walked there, hung out in the mall. There was coffee shops in the mall. I hung out at a coffee shop. So we had a really great time. I would highly recommend it if you need dentist work done, to consider it, because even with flights and the hotel, we still saved probably $2,000, and we're kind of considering it a 10-year anniversary trip too. So
I think
so. We had so much fun that I said, I guess it can count.
Okay. Well, you had fun. He was sitting in the office.
He didn't maybe have quite as much fun as I did, but we might go somewhere like a short little trip in the fall. But it was great.
Did you like that whole like independent woman in the streets of Mexico thing?
I felt safe. I didn't. I was out at 9:30 at night walking the streets the one night by myself, and it was fine. Like, I just stayed where it was lit, like bright lights.
I feel like when I romanticize my life, I just see myself in like different cities at a coffee shop with my laptop or my book or whatever.
Yeah.
But that never ever happens, like in exotic locations. So
it was fun.
I was living vicariously through her Snapchats.
Yeah.
We were trying to all go together out of the country this year to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries and stuff. It just wasn't happening. So we're at a stage of life where we have little kids yet.
It's too hard to find babysitters for that long.
And if you really want to get out of the country for a while, I mean, I guess you proved us wrong. You can go for a couple days.
We went for 4 days.
Yeah, and was it worth it, all the flights and stuff?
Yeah, we got direct flights. So I made sure that we could get direct flights.
That's true. So you didn't have an entire day of traveling.
No.
Yeah. Oh my. Anyway, so should we get into our homemaking tips before we get into the meat of this thing?
Yes.
What do you have for us today? No.
Anyway, an Instagram influencer was talking about it, so I ordered it. It's like $7 or something. I should verify that for sure, but pretty cheap on Amazon. And
I'll have to link it below.
See, I've used a lot of it already, but it's a great oven stovetop cleaner. And I
need one.
I wiped my white sneakers, my tan sneakers. It got them really clean, and it doesn't really have a smell. It has a little. It doesn't really. It's not scented. I don't think.
The Miracle cleaning paste.
I wouldn't go as far as to say it's a miracle, but it's very handy to have, and I really do like it. And it's easy to work with. You just like scoop it out and.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I love the packaging and the marketing.
I know. It's okay. Yeah. So try it out. I really like it.
Oh my, very good. I guess mine for today will be. I know I gave a homemaking tip before about not melting your phone, but I have another one, which is, oh my word, if you want to feel like a new woman, go on your phone and delete all those apps that you never use or that your phone installed for you automatically, and then put all the ones that you actually use every day on the front screen. It sounds like the dumbest tip ever, but like, did you actually do it lately? Like, go do it right now. It's gonna be life-changing.
So it's like spring cleaning your phone.
Yeah, spring clean your phone. It's a little late for that now, I guess, but if you haven't done it, there's your reminder. Put it on your to-do list. You feel like you lost 10 pounds. Let's put it that way.
Well, I'm in. Sign me up. I'm doing it when I get home.
But you know what I mean? Like, you have these dumb games and stuff that you never play.
I keep my home screen very curated, like the first page.
Oh, mine, I only have 8 on my home screen.
Yeah, I keep that to only what I use, but there's stuff that could go probably on other pages.
Yeah, but like, one thing, I purposely hide my Amazon shopping.
Yeah, all the shopping stuff
That's
is on
the
the
whole
second page.
Oh no, I put that 4 pages in.
Oh, that's a good tip.
I don't know if it really helps, but whatever, it's fine. I don't think I have a shopping problem per se, but
You can make
maybe
sure
that's
you don't.
why I don't.
Yeah,
That's why I
exactly.
don't. So, hospitality. I thought this was a great topic to address here at the beginning of summer, because if you feel like you haven't been doing hospitality or hosting lately, I think summer is the perfect chance to try it out, especially for those of us, or you, I don't guess it's not me anymore, but if you like live in a smaller home and you just feel like you can't host people as well, summertime is the best. So we'll get into a lot more of that later.
Yeah, I guess, why is hospitality important? I thought about that when we were talking about this topic. And the Bible talks a lot about hosting, actually. I Googled, verses about hosting, and there was actually a lot that were applicable to this topic. Verses about, serving others. We have the story about, Jesus washing each other's feet. That's a form of serving.
I thought of the story of the Shunammite woman who built the house above her home for the prophet Elisha, and then later on he healed their son and everything. She was so hospitable. She built a whole room for him.
Yeah,
but there's so many stories.
There's a verse in Hebrews that says, Hebrews 13:16. It says, I forget the whole exact verse, but it says, "Share what you have, for this pleases the Lord." So I think the Lord delights in seeing us communicate, bond over a meal or whatever. So I think it is something that's required of Christians and something that we should be doing. So if you're not, try it. Just do it. I mean, it doesn't have to be scary. You might be a little intimidated, but I think it's something that is important.
Yeah, and I think along with that, we are going to be giving a lot of practical tips and stuff today, but hospitality is also a heart posture and a personality trait too. You can have a hospitable personality and invite people into your life, and to giving the gift of going second when you're a little bit vulnerable and share a little bit of maybe a struggle you're having, or just opening up a little bit, being honest and stuff. It opens the gates a little bit for somebody else who might be going through a rougher time, or they just feel like they don't have anybody to talk to. They can kind of see your hospitable heart, and it gives them a chance to talk if they want to. It's not like they have to, but it's giving the gift of going second.
Yeah.
And I had to think about that. Even if you're not, hosting elaborate soirees and, all kinds of stuff, you can still have a heart that's postured towards hospitality and welcoming others.
Yeah, you can show that spirit even in the grocery store, or at the post office, or wherever you go, just welcoming people. That's really hard to do.
Yeah.
It's easy to sit here and say to do that, but when you're actually running your errands and busy, it's hard to have that welcoming spirit about you and to take the time to even notice who's around you.
Yeah. And I know I said that it's a heart posture, but I actually think it can be a physical posture of your body. Just are you hunched down over your phone waiting in line at the post office? Are you in your own little world? Not that you can't be in your own little world sometimes too, but I think even our face and stuff can just, it all contributes to if we're being hospitable or not, But that's probably not why people are here 100%.
Yeah, right.
They want the goods. They want to know how they feel.
Yeah.
Oh my. Anyway, so do you enjoy hosting?
Yes and no. It is definitely a stretch for me to invite someone, pick a date, invite them over, think about it for weeks, plan a menu, decorate. That's not me. But I'll call my friend and be like, "Hey, you got plans tonight? Come on over. We're gonna order pizza." That's more my style of hosting. This winter we've done a lot of that style. My husband has a golf simulator in his garage, and a lot of his best friends are golfers, like Megan's husband and my brother. So almost every Sunday night, not quite every Sunday night, but many Sunday nights this winter, they're golfing nights, so everyone comes over, and I don't really prepare food. We just all
prepare food sometimes.
Sometimes I do, but we all just bring what we have, or if we have nothing, we'll order pizza or whatnot. So
that's very chill.
I always feel less pressure if it's last minute, because no one's expecting anything.
And that's also family too. And
it's very low-key.
Very low-key. It's very casual. It's nice.
Yeah. As far as formal hosting, I haven't done a whole lot of it, but I want to do more. So what's the number one rule of hosting?
I'm gonna keep my notes out here because I have so many good little nuggets and tidbits that I don't want to forget. So what did you say? The number one
rule.
Oh, I know people that would disagree with this, but me and Jayna are on the same page. Number one rule of hosting:
you must have food. There must be food. I'm sorry, but if you invite someone over to your house, they're gonna expect food. If I come to your house, I at least want popcorn, you know?
You can let me know down below if that's a Mennonite thing or not, or maybe it's a Lancaster County thing.
Maybe.
I don't know. That's just how I was raised, and like, I enjoy that part of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like what did you say? At minimum, a fancy
special
drink.
Yeah, at minimum. Hot chocolate, minimum.
Yeah.
Coffee, lattes, whatever. But I just feel like it gives you something to do. There's a purpose. You bond over food.
Not that you have to always provide all the food
No.
either, and we'll get into that for sure.
No,
we want to
it
get into
doesn't.
that now. I don't
Sure,
know, but
yeah.
yeah, you don't always have to have elaborate food and everything, but I think, yeah, like you said.
I mentioned ordering pizza. Like, you don't actually have to cook it with your own hands if you don't feel comfortable doing that. You can get, stuff from the grocery store, a salad mix or whatever. You can ask people to bring things. There's no shame in asking, say, hey, I'd like to have you guys over. Usually people ask if they can bring something, at least my friends always do.
Yeah.
And there's no shame in saying, hey, yeah, sure, bring a baked good or bring ice cream.
Yeah, and my friends always offer, and they know like 50% of the time I'll say, no, I got it. It just depends what it is. Like sometimes it's just easier for me to do it. It's like, I'll take my turn. I'm at a stage of life where I can do it. So they still ask, and they're willing to bring stuff if they need to. It makes everything easier if you can all share.
Yeah.
But I know, I wanted to address this because I know some of you might not live in the bustling, busy Lancaster County Mennonite community where we all know each other and everything. And it might be, hospitality might look like a big, giant step to even, like, maybe you feel like people aren't inviting you and like you never get invited or included. And I just want to challenge you. Be the inviter. That's totally fine. And if you don't want to open up your home, the best, easiest, I find, way to like hang out with people when you don't want to have people at home and you don't want to cook is order pizza to a park. The kids can play. Has to be nice weather, of course. But yeah, we've done that a couple times. And you don't have to clean your house for it or anything. And you don't have to cook. And you still get to fellowship and hang out and whatever. And the kids get to burn off some energy. I don't know. It's a very low level, but it's so fun. It can be so fun. We just did that the other week. So if we were going to make like the 10 commandments of hosting, here's a few things we would have. Number 1, thou shalt have food.
Yes, thou shalt have food.
However that may look. Number 2, I would say, is to definitely plan ahead. If you know you're having people on Saturday night, don't wait till Saturday morning to do the grocery shopping, the food prep, the house cleaning, and all that stuff all the same day. You can shop for your groceries on Tuesday, do the make ahead stuff on Wednesday. You can relax and do whatever on Thursday, and then Friday you can do the cleaning, and then the day of do the last minute prep. I think that definitely, I didn't have that luxury back when I taught school. I literally had to do it all in the same weekend, and it wasn't always as fun. But yeah, think ahead, be proactive. Don't just let life happen to you. Be intentional, and you'll feel so much less stressed out when it actually comes around to it, and you can enjoy your guests a little bit.
So that's if you're planning for it. So I would say the next thing is to have stuff on hand so that you can do a last minute thing and actually have some food to offer. So things that I like to keep on hand, you could do brownie mixes are always easy to whip up fresh brownies.
And when they're warm yet?
Yeah. And all it takes is eggs, oil, and if you have a brownie mix, you're good to go. Chips and salsa, that's something that you can keep and it's not going to go bad if you don't open the bag. Just keep it in your cupboard. Apple slices,
kids,
almost
all
ages, my friends, we almost always have apple slices because the kids will eat their food and then they'll keep wanting to graze, so if we just have a bowl of fruit there, they're constantly coming and getting more.
I don't do that as much.
We don't feel bad about it because it's fruit. So we've been actually talking about that and trying to do that lately, so they're not constantly coming back for cookies.
I like that. I'm going to use that tip.
Nacho bars and taco salad are a good idea too. You often have or everyone can bring a random ingredient.
So if you don't have it all, I was gonna say, wow, you have all that on hand.
Well, you have ground beef usually,
exactly.
and if you have lettuce,
we kind of do that with burgers.
Cheese.
We always have burger patties in our freezer, and usually everybody has some kind of topping to contribute.
Grape juice.
Oh yes.
If you have,
we are Mennonite.
Yes,
every summer. Does your mom can your grape juice? My mom does for me because it takes no work, and she has the steamer, so I just pay her and for the sugar and the grapes, and I have a bunch of homemade grape juice.
Yeah,
it's really nice. But yeah, some kind of drink. And grape juice is okay, it's very sugary, but it's not Kool-Aid, I guess, but that would work too. Something that you can just keep a drink mix around.
If you want to make it extra special, just do the grape juice concentrate without sugar and then add Sprite.
Yes,
so good.
Or add the sugar and do the Sprite. Either one. Something else I like to do is maybe I always usually have ingredients for some kind of chocolate chip cookie recipe. It might not be the one with the with vanilla pudding if I'm out of vanilla pudding mix. If I don't have butter, maybe it's the one with the Crisco or whatever. But I usually have ingredients around to make a bowl of cookie dough, and then I will put the cookies in the oven as people are showing up, or it just smells so good when somebody comes into your home, and doesn't the smell of cookies just feel inviting? I feel like it does.
Soft pretzels are another good one because
I don't do soft pretzels. I feel like there's so much work, but maybe
not
I should
really.
more.
You should try it.
I do. I make soft pretzels. I have some recipes on my channel. But like, I don't do them with my guests, so you do.
Yeah,
my friends do. They do great with it. I just don't have an island. I guess
I don't either. But then your friend or whoever's there helps you roll them out. Like you just mix up the dough and then it's kind of like a joint. Yeah, that's a good one too. You did waffles and ice cream one time, like way back. I think it was the first time.
Oh my word!
It was the first time we ever went to your house after you were married. I think
that was our thing.
We had waffles and ice cream.
It was awesome, guys. For one whole year, we had people over. I mean, a tiny little house, and that whole winter, it's more of a winter thing, I feel. But that whole winter, I would make waffles and ice cream and waffles and ice cream. We'd have it all the time. I think we burned ourselves out a little bit on it, but the guests didn't know that because it was different people, you know? And we had that, you do a couple different flavors. And then you kind of want to have something salty, like seasoned pretzels or something, to counterbalance the sweetness. But that's not a meal. It's just like,
you don't have.
You still gotta have some food. I'm sorry.
There has to be food, but it doesn't have to be a meal.
By the way, people are never gonna invite us over ever again if they don't have like food. But no,
we'll bring the food.
I was just saying,
tell us
if you don't want to have food, that's fine. But let me bring something.
Yeah, exactly.
We can swing by the gas station and pick up a gallon of lemonade and some ice cream or something.
Yeah.
Root beer floats. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like a complete evening without some.
Yeah, but that's another good
sustenance.
tip. You mentioned you did waffles and ice cream. Once you find something that works, there's no shame in repeating that.
Yeah,
like for a whole year.
Actually, some people have like specialties. I always wanted to be that person that is like, oh, everybody's like, bring your apple pie to everything, you know. So if you have a specialty and you're known for it, maybe you're a little bit sick of it, but nobody else is.
Right.
Like our friend Hope, her family owns a cheese shop, and she's like, I feel bad if I always have to bring cheese. Like I'm sure people will get sick of it.
Never.
And we're like, never. Your cheese is amazing.
Yeah,
keep it coming. So when you find something that works, no need to fix it, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, before we talk about some different like types of parties or ways you can host, maybe creative ways you haven't thought of before that might be easy or just work. We're coming from the stage of life of small children and our friends having small children. So if you're not in that stage, I apologize, but we're just going to speak from where we're at. I understand that not everybody's at this stage. But I think it's one of the hardest stages with hosting sometimes. Life is so busy, children are at work and whatever. But let's go over etiquette as a guest.
Yes.
One, offer to bring something every day. Like
always,
if people say they're gonna have food, see what you can bring. I have to admit, I've forgotten to do this already, and I'm always
I'm always so embarrassed when I get there and other people brought something and I didn't because I forgot to ask.
Oh man. Because you just didn't think that we're gonna have food, but obviously it's Lancaster County.
Sometimes it is awkward. Like they'll invite you over last minute in the evening. Like, do you ask to bring something? Because then you're assuming that there's food. So now we have that out in the open. We're assuming that there's food. So ask to bring something,
or ask if we will bring something. Whatever.
Yeah.
Or like if somebody invites me to their place, we're already going to be on the road. We can grab something if we need to, whatever. Also, offer to clean up toys. Sometimes people will want you to, sometimes not. You can offer to help clean up the food. We're very different on this spectrum. If I have people over for food, I just like put the food away in the fridge after we're done eating, and I'll start the dishwasher maybe, not usually while guests are there though, actually. And I'll just leave the mess on the counter, which probably drives everybody else nuts. I don't know, but I think it's my ADHD brain. I cannot clean up, talk to people, and they're like asking me where to put stuff, and they're seeing inside my messy fridge that I just was throwing stuff in, and it gets me flustered. And when a host is flustered, everybody else I feel gets that way too. So for me, the solution is to wait till everybody goes home, and then I go around in my semi-dark kitchen and clean up, and it's kind of relaxing, whatever. And I'll leave actually sometimes things till the morning. You, on the other hand.
Yeah, but I think your way is better though, because I think you're a better hostess. I think you're a better hostess when you're not worried about cleaning up. I have a really hard time going and sitting down and relaxing and chatting with my guests if my kitchen is a disaster. So I feel like I have to get it at least to like a decent level before I can go sit down. And I don't expect them to help. Like if there's more than one person there, I'll tell them to go sit down and I'll just quick do it. It doesn't take long, but like.
Yeah, but that makes me feel like I need to help. Like I want to help.
I know, and sometimes people do, and then you can chat while you clean up. But do
you feel more comfortable dispatching like you grab the broom?
Oh yeah,
you do this. Yeah, I think I just.
And it doesn't need to be like, but like the food needs to be put away, or like if the kids have a mess on the table, if you don't clean it up, it gets tracked over the whole house.
Yeah. Oh, that.
And
yes.
I just like.
That was back to the guest etiquette. Are you done with that point?
Yeah.
If your children are messy after they're done eating, have the decency. This has not happened at my home, but if it does, boy, I will be. It happened at a friend's home. I was just like mortified. If your kids just ate like chocolate ice cream or whatever, and they have it all over their faces, clean your kids' faces off. It's not gonna stay there. They're gonna bury their heads in like a pillow, and there's gonna be chocolate on their pillow, or they're gonna like if their hands are sticky, they're gonna touch everything, and like. The guest, the hostess shouldn't have to be like, your kids are filthy and touching, you know, if they touch your windows and stuff, like big whoop, you expect that. But when they're actually actively like, and innocently vandalizing your home, that's just so easily prevented. Grab a washcloth and do it. Just something to think about.
Another thing, sorry I interrupted you.
No, it's fine.
Is to make it clear as the host, if there's a room that you don't want anyone in, like sometimes kids will play in our upstairs bedrooms and it's fine because we don't really have a toy area, so I say that the boys' bedrooms they can play in with the door open. But I don't really want them in my bedroom. So like as a host, it's my job to make it clear, okay, the kids can play in this room and this room and this room. Don't go in this room's off limits. And then as a guest, it's your job to make sure that your kids follow through on that and that they're not in areas of the home where they're not invited to.
Yeah, exactly. And like for me, this is something I definitely wanted to bring up. Don't feel like you need to. We did touch on this video could be an hour long and we don't want it to be. So this is just some ideas to get your brain rolling. I do have a video that I just posted a little bit ago, my hosting routine. I'm not like an expert or anything, but it's kind of what I do and I talk about it more there. But another thing is you don't have to always clean up your home spotlessly before people come. Like I don't usually clean up the basement because it's just one big toy room and the kids will have it destroyed in 5 seconds flat anyway. So I don't see the reason for us. We have this toy room here. If it's nice outside, they have the outside and they also have the basement. I don't see any reason for people to be upstairs. So I don't kid-proof like I don't hide away things and kid-proof the upstairs for guests to be up there. It's like there's no reason. Like if our house was maybe smaller, sure, whatever. But in our home, and I don't think you have to feel bad about setting boundaries like that.
No.
There's no reason why your house needs to be terrorized.
Right.
I mean, and we're sounding like we have all kinds of little kids running around, but that's because we do sometimes. You know.
If I have my friends over, there's like
a lot of
a
kids.
ton of kids.
Yeah.
Like 20? Is
So set the boundaries.
15 kids?
Yeah, set the boundaries. Don't feel bad about them. And then we sound like we're so strict or whatever, but it's just like things to, keep in mind, and it'll be a lot less stressful for everyone.
I have a story from my childhood that like sticks out, and I will never forget it, and it is in regards to hosting, but I'm not sure what the lesson is. So, so my mom had like a bunch of people over, and if I remember correctly, it was like a holiday dinner or like something fancy. Like I think she probably used her good china and had a table spread out with nice silverware. She has a second set of silverware. Does your mom?
Yes.
I do not.
I do not.
No,
I use paper plates most of the time.
Most of the time I do, and you know what? That is fine. But anyway, this was like a special dinner, and I'm sure she went to like a lot of work. Anyway, when I was a kid, I talk a lot. Like I'm just blah blah blah, you know. And the people were leaving, and they were like, "Oh, thank you for everything. You know how you do is so nice." And I was like, "Oh, it was nothing. You know, as if I did anything. You know, it's all
you were saying it.
Yeah, I know, it's so embarrassing. I don't know who it was.
That's so cute. I hope you were little.
I think so, because
Okay.
I don't remember. Yeah, I think I was very young. And when they
That's so
left,
cute.
then my dad was like, "Jayna, that was really rude and inconsiderate towards your mother because it was not nothing. She went to a lot of work to make that meal, and here you are saying it was nothing." And I felt very ashamed then, like that I had said that, and very like, and I think I apologized to my mom and said, you know, I didn't mean it, you know, I was just talking. But anyway, so I'm not really sure what the lesson in that is. Like maybe
What's a good segue?
if someone like tells you, you know, if you did actually go to a lot of work, it's okay to own that and be like, yeah,
Yes.
you know, you're welcome. I'm glad to do it for you, but you don't have to downplay it and say, oh, it was so easy if it wasn't easy.
That's another thing I wanted to talk about actually. Like, don't shame people if they go to not a lot of work or either vice versa, a lot of work. Sometimes I'm in the mood and I literally have people over because I feel like trying a new recipe, or I want to do like this elaborate taco bar with all the stuff, or like I want to do it. Like I enjoy food and people, and it's not that I expect other people to do that too. And then sometimes it's just like I want to see so and so, and I have no energy or capacity to do a lot, and so I don't do as much. I think sometimes people can like think, well, I think it'll actually come out obviously, if you're doing it because you want to and for fun, or if you're doing it out of obligation, or if you're doing it to impress people, exactly. I think they can smell that a mile away. So yeah, it's okay though if you are that type of person that enjoys hosting and wants to, you know, go all out for something.
Yeah.
Like you have a friend, like your Friendsgiving thing or whatever.
We call it the holiday dinner because it's any time between Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day. Like it really varies, but she's been doing it for the past like 10, 12 years. She has like this meal that you wouldn't even believe it. I mean, she has turkey, she has roast beef, she has mashed potatoes, she has filling, noodles,
four starches,
sweet potatoes, like salad
and makes
dessert,
it.
and she makes everything. And every year we're like, let us bring something this year. You're busy. You had a baby. Let us. No, not allowed.
She enjoys it.
She has punch like before when we walk in, and like 4 different kinds of pies and cakes and stuff. And we're like, and dinner rolls that she makes. We're like, Nadine, how do you do this? She's like, well, I cook all week, but I love it.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
She thrives on it. I mean, I hope she likes it. She seems to enjoy it, and we all sure do. Like, it's honestly one of the highlights of my holiday season. Yeah. And yeah, she loves. I hope she loves doing it. Yeah. We all thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna like have to edit this so that it makes cohesive sense, but I don't think I'm going to because we're just chatting. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry if your brain feels like it's bouncing all around. But something I did want to mention was just like safety with kids and stuff. This might sound like a odd point, but it's a very good one. My one friend, what she does is she says it's a very good idea to have like just one mom check on the kids, you know, every 10 minutes, depending how young they are. You're sitting in the room with them, but you know, when they get to be a little bit more independent and they're playing in the basement or they're outside or whatever, just like always have, you know, the kids know that they're being supervised. Like there's no doors shut, nobody's upstairs hiding in a corner locking other kids out, or like nothing good needs, I mean, there's no reason why doors need to be locked and stuff. And just being aware, not only for just like kids being kind to each other, but also safety and like things can happen, especially when kids are like cousins or something and are comfortable with each other or they're good friends. You don't need to 100% explicitly trust your kids' friends. You know what I mean? Like it's totally fine to be milling around.
I don't trust my own kids.
No, exactly. So
I said we have the rule that the doors have to be open.
Yes, yeah. And that's something I've only been navigating a little bit as my kids have gotten a little older. You know, they don't need me in the room with them and everything. So, yeah, just something else to keep in mind. And baby proofing, obviously. And there is totally fine if you have nice things that you don't want broken. Just like put them out of the way a little bit. Move them out of the way, or just say that we're not playing in that room or whatever. Like I have electronics in here. We don't need to play in the office. There's plenty of other rooms or whatever. And you don't have to feel bad about that boundary either.
Oh, for kids too, for seating, like we did at Eric's birthday party, which I don't think anyone even did that then. But often, if you don't have enough seating for little kids, put a blanket or a sheet on the floor, and little kids have no problem eating their food on the floor. It's easy to clean up.
I like that idea.
You don't have to have like all these chairs.
I've never done that in my house actually. I like that.
I'll do it in the sunroom, and I think I've
done it outside.
Like, it works inside too. They don't mind eating picnic style.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that. I'm going to use that tip. So what if we like rattled off a couple different types of hosting we've done in the past? I've already mentioned the pizza at the park. That's like the easiest, most casual way, I would say. Another thing we've done is chicken barbecue in the backyard. Josh knows how to make chicken barbecue. It's special. It's a lot of work. He does it like once a year. And we'll have a whole bunch of people over at once and check a whole bunch of people off the list, you know, that we had all at the same time. And it's a little different. Not everybody has like the big chicken barbecue machine, grill, whatever.
I had a New Year's Eve party this year, so that was like a big crowd of people. I was a little nervous about it. I was like, because it's cold out, you know. And
it's New Year's Eve, so they're there for a long time.
Yeah, and they're there from like, 7 to midnight. Not everyone stayed till midnight, but I was like, what are these children going to do all evening? So we had all agreed beforehand that at 8 o'clock we're going to put a movie on for them, and so because they were getting tired and stuff. So that worked out really well. They played nicely until then, and then they did their movie. But I think we had like a nacho bar. My friend brought smoked pork. I had some roast beef. I think we had like a bunch of different meats, and then everyone brought a couple toppings, and that was our dinner, and it was very filling and delicious. And
I've done that with fries, like a fry bar too.
Yeah, we do it with fries too, but I think this time we just had chips, if I remember correctly. And it was enough, I think, for...
Yeah, make your own pizzas. That's always a lot of elbows in the kitchen kind of thing, but...
Yeah, I've done that before, like with our friends before we had kids, we did pizza on the grill. We made your own pizza
Oh,
and then
yes,
grilled
yes,
it.
yes, yes. Oh, a campfire outside. I don't do that as much.
Mountain pies, yeah.
But we did that at our old home a lot. We had a nice fire ring, and like, yeah, mountain pies. Everybody can bring a topping. There you go. I mean, if you want to do like a big old white party, we went to one time. That was so fun. It's like you don't have to. I was thinking about that. Like it was very decked out, super. I vlogged it. You were there. We were there together. But you could make it so simple too, and just eat outside, and everybody wear white. But
and at a white party, you bring your own food.
Yeah.
It's like a picnic style, so you don't have to do any food.
Yeah, so you just provide the place and maybe some like background music, some pretty lights and stuff, tables and people. We actually decorated our own table too.
Yeah, we did.
Like that was actually a fundraiser.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would love to do that concept, even for like a bridal shower, baby shower, something like that. It could be fun. Just like a bunch of ladies outside too could be fun. Play dates are like a big thing in our stage of life, and that's like a very it can be a very easy way of hosting. We live by or close to a footpath, walking, biking trail, and so I use that a lot. Like, hey, come on over, we'll go for a walk, and then I'll just do like a little brunch or breakfast or just even a snack or something, and it gets us out of the house. The kids aren't like running around stir crazy or anything because we're going on a walk. Or they're biking or whatever. That's fun. This is a great tip for all of you. If you find something that works that you enjoy and that other people seem to love, like do it again. Do it again. One type of hosting we do a lot in the summer is we will do a biking party. So everybody comes at like 5 o'clock. We pack it up and we go biking. Josh has meat on the grill, the smoker, like all afternoon. And then we'll come back from biking. The food will be ready. I will have like baked beans in the crock pot and maybe like cheesy potatoes in the oven or something. And everything's ready to go. I don't have to do a lot of prepping. This is a great Sunday afternoon, evening thing. I think we've had you over for some of these.
We've done that before.
Yeah, you've come. Yeah, it's so easy and fun, and it's a little different. Not everybody lives right by a trail. And we do it like we did it on repeat like probably 6 or 7 times last year with some of the same people, some different people. Yeah, that was really fun. So use your resources. What do you have that's different or special that it might be common and normal to you, but is different to somebody else?
With play dates, I have a group of friends that we do play dates like very regularly, like almost once a month, if not more sometimes. And we have it like down to a science. We decide who's gonna host, and then we usually either have chicken nuggets, hot dogs, or like mac and cheese, like very, very easy kid-friendly food. The person that's hosting is not required to make the food. Like we all decide who's bringing what, and then we go and the kids play and we eat lunch, and it keeps us sane. Like
yeah,
I remember my very first play date with this group that my friend invited me to, and I was like, whoa, so this is what you do when you have kids. It's so fun and it's so special. Like I love our play dates.
Wow, and it's not a ton of work for anybody.
No,
except for the host who has to clean it all up afterwards.
Yeah, they do a good job of making sure it's usually not too bad. And we prefer if the kids can play outside, but obviously that's not always possible.
Yeah, if you did not watch I had a recent vlog where I showed this, and I am going to do this more, I think. It was so fun and easy. I had everybody over. We had just gotten a new playground, so everybody just came over and we're playing outside. And so I got Josh to pick up early in the morning 1.5 dozen of bagels from the Panera Bread drive-thru and a bunch of cream cheeses and stuff, and I just laid them out like a charcuterie board type of thing with bagels and cream cheese, and it was so good. And I had special coffee, of course, but yeah. Yeah, that was fun and very easy, and the mess was outside. You just have a toaster there, you can toast it. I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was it looked very impressive, and it was like no work at all. Oh, I dotted strawberries around and stuff too, because then the kids like fruit. It's good. Sometimes we have the occasion of hosting people that might not know each other very well, or we don't know them very well. In the Mennonite world, the hosting, it's called host family actually at churches is a thing. Everybody takes a turn one Sunday a month. You invite the visitors, you might invite the person who preached, and just have people into your home after church on a Sunday. Personally, I think the system's a little broke because I sit in church and I stress out about is my stuff at home burning, and I always have a flurried morning trying to get everything ready out the door. Some
people from my church will invite you for the evening.
Yeah, same at mine too.
I think that's kind of cool. We should do that more probably. It makes more sense. Like you go home, you take your nap, and then you go.
But then I guess it doesn't really work for the visitor thing. Like if you want to have visitors are there at church.
Well, it depends if they're visiting from out of the area or if they're just local.
That's true.
I mean, it could work.
I think it could work either way. Yeah. But so then you have to not only are you preparing food, you're making sure that the kids are safe, you're also facilitating the conversation. And that can feel stressful sometimes for me, try to make sure everybody knows who's who and they can kind of make some connections and stuff.
Yeah.
But I found it's very easy to be just think about something that that people might have in common, like, oh, this is Mary, she's a school teacher too, and then like turn around and stir your green beans or whatever, and like it kind of.
Do you know what I've noticed? It is an unintentional icebreaker no matter where you go, and this is probably Mennonite community specific, but the Christmas card walls, everyone goes right to the Christmas card walls and was like, oh, I know those people. How do you know those people? How do you know that?
Really?
Yeah, and it's because we always have ours displayed,
Yes.
and everyone like instantly goes there, and I do it too. When I go to someone's house, I go and look and see who they know, you know?
Yeah,
Who
that's
do you get Christmas
fascinating.
cards from? So that's probably as Mennonite specific.
Wow. I find that if it does feel like a little bit more of a stressful combination of people, that sounds bad, but like people might not know each other as well, sit co-ed, don't like segregate and have ladies in one room and the men in another, because I feel like men can always find things to talk about. Like, they all have jobs and careers. This is a Mennonite thing again, I think. A lot of Mennonite women are homemakers and moms, so it sometimes feels like when you're in different stages of life, it's hard to know what to talk about. You know, I'm 28, 29, 50, and then you're talking to like a 60-year-old. What do you really bring up or talk about? But something that works is to sit together maybe at first, and then you can split up, or talk about the kids. That works. But I get so sick of talking about kids sometimes, and like I think sometimes we forget that women are not just moms; they have other things too. So one of my favorite questions is, what do you do for fun, or what is your hobby? And a lot of times people will say, oh my, like they have to think a little bit, because we don't always make a ton of time for hobbies and things, but it's so interesting, and you can see their eyes light up, and they're talking about like, they just put in a garden this year, or oh, they've really been getting into working out more or something. And I don't know, I feel like it's a good thing to like bond with it. Everybody has some kind of hobby or something that they enjoy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a good point.
Definitely the worst part though of hosting, before we wrap up, is knowing you're supposed to know somebody's name and you don't know it, and it's like how do you be like, honestly, I forget your name,
or that you forget their kids' names, and like you really should know their kids' names, and you just
oh my word, oh my. So I don't know what you took away from this jumbly rambly chat, but it was fun, and I think one thing that we can all apply is when you find something that worked or that you felt was successful, do it again. Like, do that on repeat. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. Comment down below, are you a Megan or a Jayna when it comes to cleaning up when your guests are there or waiting till after they leave? I want to know. I'm guessing more people are on your side.
I wish I could just leave it go, but I can't. Like, I literally cannot stop myself from cleaning up.
Oh, it's okay.
Yes, and to close out, I had found a quote that I thought was pretty cool, and it meant a lot. It says, "The sign of a true hostess is when someone leaves your home feeling better about themselves instead of feeling better about you."
Wow.
Focus on your guest, I guess, is the point, and not yourself.
Very true. Well, there we go. Mic drop. Thanks for being here.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye. Oh, another thing, like
rubbing their dirty faces on
No.
your
What's the actual, when people ruin property. They're actively
vandalize.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Yeah.